With the second season coming next month, I figured I'd finally talk about the Netflix Devil May Cry series, which was released last year. Even as a multi-fan of Capcom's supernatural hack-and-slash franchise that began on the PS2, yep, I'm that old, I approached it with extreme skepticism due to word of mouth circulating after it hit Netflix last April. After watching all 8 episodes, I find it surprisingly enjoyable, though far from perfect. My initial reaction to the official trailer back in September 2024 left me impressed, yet somehow confused. And later promotional videos featuring new metal staples like Limp Bizkit's Rollin', used as the opening theme, and Papa Roach's Last Resort only heightened my doubts. While these tracks technically fit the early 2000s MC5, it truly made me wonder whether the show could truly capture the stylish swagger fans expect from Dante. More on that later. Unlike the 12-episode 2007 Madhouse anime, which I highly recommend y'all check it out if you love the series, Netflix adaptation exists in its own universe with no connection to the original lore. The creative choices ranges from intriguing to baffling, creating a version of DMC that is familiar yet distinctly its own. Johnny and Bosch, who previously voiced Nero in Devil May Cry 4 and 5, steps into the role of Dante. While it took some adjustment at first, Bosch ultimately delivers a surprisingly solid performance, bringing the character's trademark snark, rockstar swagger, and memorable one-liners to life. The narrative itself is serviceable but uneven, blending supernatural action with political and scientific intrigue that explores the global implication of demonic existence. While the story injects fresh elements, it occasionally reads like a Cliff Notes version of the games, punctuated by sporadic shock value moments that can jar the audience. Still, the series delivers a clever callback to past DMC titles, Easter eggs from the series and other Capcom IPs, and set up combat sequences that preserve the franchise's signature flair. The voice cast elevates the material considerably. Kevin Conroy's final performance as Vice President Baines is subtle yet sinister. Boone Lee's White Rabbit is a memorable and menacing villain. Chris Coppola's Enzo radiates perfect sleazy thing to VO5s. And Scott Taylor Compton's Lady, though significantly altered, delivers her line convincingly. These performances help anchor the series, making it watchable despite its uneven narrative and occasional questionable creative decisions. On the subject of those flawed choices, Netflix particularly can't help themselves with their DEI checklist, cramming in political allegories on immigration, turning Dante into an occasionally fumbling and experienced slacker goofball, and rewriting Lady, still going by Mary Arkham, into an angry, mean-spirited girl boss whose dialogue sounded like her vocal cords were replaced with a Fizzapop character. I seriously, tone down a notch. I miss my chill lady from Devil May Cry 5, bring her back. But I digress. While the series tries to modernize the Devil May Cry universe, these creative liberties often clash with the franchise's established tone. Dante, normally the epitome of stylish confidence, is reduced to a twice-toughened slacker who stumbles upon heroism rather than commanding it, while supporting characters sometimes feel like mouthpieces for commentary rather than organic additions to the narrative. Even the musical choices with Adi Shankar symbolically sparking tracks from Green Day, Rage Against the Machine, and Limp Bizkit often feel unnecessary and jarring, more a nod to nostalgic symbolism than enhancing the story. It is not catastrophic, but these creative liberties continually remind viewers of what could have been a sleek, fan-driven supernatural action story, instead occasionally preoccupied with checking off narrative boxes. Mind you, this is far from the worst thing that came out of anything Devil May Cry. Remember the Legendary developed DMC reboot from 2013? My apologies for those who enjoyed the game, but if I had a choice, I would rather rewatch the Netflix adaptation than to play Legendary May Cry any day. Not in a million years. Get the fuck out of here. Anywho, visually, Studio Mirror delivers hyper-stylized action sequences reminiscent of early 2000 films like The Matrix, Equilibrium, and Underworld. Retaining consistently strong animation throughout, occasionally punctured by cel-shaded graphics touches akin to Batman Ninja. Episode 6 is a true standout, combining Alex in Wonderland-inspired visuals, nearly silent storytelling, a fresh intro, a collaboration with Studio La Coche to produce one of the few, generally breathtaking moments of the series. Complete with its exclusive Evanescence track, Afterlife, that heightens its emotional impact. The soundtrack mixes slow, atmospheric covers the DMC music by Power Glove with high-energy nu metal during action sequences, and generate a manic music video intensity that largely fits the show's aesthetic, even if some song choices feel unnecessary. These production values often elevate the viewing experience, bringing memorable sequences that make the series' uneven narrative moments more forgivable. Overall, Netflix Devil May Cry is a hot mess wrapped in moments of brilliance. The series is uneven, occasionally cringeworthy, and sometimes feels a passe Cliff Notes version of the source material, complete with shock value moments. Seriously, nobody is safe in this universe, not even small children. Yet it remains undeniably watchable thanks to the explosive action, fanservice Easter eggs, and forecast that injects life into the bizarre new interpretation of Dante's world. It was also confirmed that the late Tony Todd recorded a voice before passing away, though there is no word yet which character he played when we can expect him in Season 2. We can only hope that Adi Shankar has plans meticulously laid out for future seasons that won't keep us waiting for another 5 to 7 years. So, have you watched the first season of Devil May Cry from Netflix? If so, what do you think of it? And are you looking forward to Season 2? I'd like to know your favorite moments and biggest hot takes from the show in the comments. And a special shout out to a longtime friend and contributor to the channel, David K, aka the original Outcast, for co-writing this review. Plus a big shout out to XIII Degress for the sound editing and a remix of Fire Away from the Devil May Cry 2 soundtrack. Check out his channels and socials in the links below. And if you enjoyed this video and want to see more videos like this, then give this video a like, share it. Plus, if you're new to the channel, then hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Thanks for locking in with me. Be sure to take care of yourselves, be good to each other, and I'll see you all in the next video.